Hello, hello, hello. Good evening, and good evening once again. Good evening once again. Thank you for joining Missing Lost in Traffic at StreamYard broadcast. I thank you so very much for joining. I thank you so very much for sharing this live stream on this evening. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for caring. Thank you again for sharing. And thank you so very much for caring. There is a young lady who has been missing. She has been missing since, or missing from home, not in the sight or not in communication with family members or friends or associates who know her closely since November 9th. Okay. November 9th, Thanksgiving has passed. It has come and passed. Today is Sunday. So Thanksgiving is now behind us. And this young lady was not present to participate in the holiday festivities with her family members and with other individuals who enjoy her company and love her so very much. Her name is Nakyla Williams. Nakyla Williams, and she is 24 years of age. She is African American, and she is, her whereabouts, whether it's unknown at this time. I have a guest that I'm going to try to add to the stream right now to join the stream. So I'm clicking on them, adding them, hoping I can get them on this stream today and to see what happens. Let's see if I can get Beige on this stream. I'm trying, and I don't know what's the problem and why I'm not able to get Beige in the stream, but I have a backup plan just in case. I have a backup plan. So I've clicked on this, trying to add a guest to the stream. We may have to do a phone conversation, okay? So, and then you'll be able to hear her through my car. I've kind of taken a break from my travels for right now. And so I was on the road. I'm still on the road trying to get home, but I just decided to take a break. And so I'm going to talk to Beige. I'm trying to add her to this stream. And for some reason, Facebook is not allowing me to add her in the stream. It is the oddest thing. Let's see. It's really odd. So what I'm going to do is to have her call me. She has my phone number. So I'm going to ask Beige to give me a call. I do apologize. I just can't get her in the stream for some reason or another. And so please call issues with StreamYard. There's issues with StreamYard. Okay. So please call. I'm letting her know that there are some issues with StreamYard, and I'm wanting her to give me a call. I apologize for all the car reporting somewhat, but it is what it is. I'm actually traveling, and there are a lot of developments, a lot of things happening very quickly, a lot of information being revealed, exposed, and I am just pulling over on the side of the road. I'm not on the side of the road right now, but you know what I'm saying. I'm stopping in the midst of my travels to make sure that you have the latest updates, okay, regarding circumstances surrounding Miss Williams' disappearance. Okay, so I've asked her to call because there's some weird stuff happening with my StreamYard. Forgive me, I can't add Beige to the stream. Was trying to, but I've asked her to call me, and so she'll be calling me, and then I will be speaking with Beige. I will be speaking with her via audio today. So I'm going to put a note in, speaking with Beige, okay? With Beige via audio today. So I'm speaking with Beige via audio today due to stream yard technical difficulties. So I've just asked her to call me. I've asked her to call me. I can't get her on the stream. Trouble adding, okay, Beige. Want you to know what's going on. I'm having trouble adding Beige into the actual stream, okay? So I'm having trouble adding her into the actual stream. So she'll have to call me. I do have my Bluetooth on. Okay. Bluetooth speaker is on. All right. So everyone can hear. I want everyone to hear. Can hear Beige clearly. Okay, so that's important. All right, so I'm waiting on Beige to give me a call. Just told her to give me a call. I'll text her again. Call. All right, just let her know once more. Give me a call, and we're going to chat tonight. Okay, we're going to chat tonight. We'll send link after conversation with Beige. Okay? And so, thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing. I'm waiting on my guest to call me. I was trying to add her to this stream. Couldn't seem to get on the stream. I'm traveling. She's traveling. I'm on the road. She's on the road. So things are not going to go the same as it would go if I'm sitting in my office and at home. But I'm just really wanting it to make sure that I'm staying up to date. Okay? All right. Hello. Oh, no. I'll call her back. I'll call her back. Let me give her a call back. Wow, that was weird. Okay. Wow, that was weird. Okay. All right. So I'm going to call her. I'm calling her right now. And I'm dialing her out.
Hi, this is Joshua Williams. This is Vital Cleaning Solutions. I'm unable to get to
Looks like I picked up somebody else. I'm going to try to call her back one more time. Let me try. Oh, okay. Let's see. Okay. I believe I have the correct number that I'm dialing back right now. I hope so.
Yes, hello?
Hello, is this Beige?
Yes, it is. How are you?
I'm doing fine. I'm streaming live, stream via StreamYard broadcast. I'm thinking it's just because I'm on the road or there's just some weird stuff going on. Yeah.
it has a lot to do with being on the road, unfortunately, because you're around trees and you're around, the the outer, what do you call it, the wildlife. That's what I'm looking for. It could have a lot to do with that. So I wouldn't worry about anything. It's definitely not our phones. It's just because of the areas that we're both in. So I'm pretty much going to be in the same ballgame because I have to, with the area I'm going down in. So don't worry about nothing. You have nothing to worry about.
Okay, well, so everyone understands what's happening. You're not seeing Beige on. The only reason why you're not seeing her is because I had technical difficulties adding her to the stream. I'm going to let her do a lot of the talking. I want you to understand what she's saying. I want you to follow what's going on. Especially since you will have to listen to what she's saying to really get a good understanding. Okay. So I'm going to fall back in terms of doing a lot of talking. I mean, I have questions, but I want, I'm going to allow her to elaborate and take her time so you can really kind of soak in what she is saying. And so you can go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Or leave a comment by leaving give me a thumbs up emoji, some sort of reaction to let me know that you can hear her. And if you can't hear her, I'm looking at the comments. I can see the comments coming in. Please let me know that, and I will definitely try to make adjustments. And so I have Beige joining me, and so I do want to ask, just so everyone understands, kind of where you are. Are you located in Indiana?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And what city are you located in at this time?
Marion County.
Marion County. And what major city is Marion County connected to? So everyone else knows.
So it is currently Indianapolis, Indiana.
Okay. So you're in the city. You reside in the city of Indianapolis, which is a part of Marion County, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, great. And so just so everyone understands where you are in the country, and we do know, my followers and other viewers, individuals who have been following the disappearance of Miss Williams, they are aware that Miss Williams was last seen in the city that you currently reside in at this time, which is Indianapolis. She was last seen walking. There's surveillance footage that captured her walking, and I included that image, embedded that image of her just walking with these blue jeans pants on in this live stream. And so we know that there are other details that are coming out, and I'm doing the very best I can to release details and expose as much information, which I've been exposing a lot lately, that would help the family members and the general public, and also law enforcement, better understand what has actually transpired here, what has happened to Miss Williams. And so thank you for joining. I saw a reading that you did. It was a spiritual reading. I don't want to go into the spiritual reading itself due to, out of respect of the family. That's the reason why I don't want to talk about the reading. The reason why I contacted you, I listen to readings at times. It helps to kind of guide me and what I do as well. And so I heard you say during that reading that you had an encounter with the man Destin. Also, he goes by Destin, the same man who picked up Miss Williams from in front of her mother's home on November 9th. And so I want people to better understand who this individual is. So I've done a lot of research and information I've kind of posted and published, so everyone has a better understanding really who this guy is. And so could you tell us, I know you said that you knew of him and have known of him some time. Can you tell us what you know about him prior to this to the date of November 9th?
Prior to November 9th, first off, I've had a couple of encounters with this man. This man does a lot of hauling for the ones who don't know, like, picking up furniture, taking it to wherever, blah, blah, blah. Moving forward with that, there was a couple of times I was off to the right by this man, being November 9th. That being one of the exact days, turned down the ride. I do a lot of, like, exercise, walk, whatever. From that point on, he kind of got mad. His gesture was a little off. You could tell he was practically frustrated. He just set off. He has a pretty good high speed, you know what I'm saying? So at that point, I decided not to even do my morning walks. He's known to be in the 38th and Keystone area. But however, you guys know him by Destin. He goes by Chuck. He goes by Derek. He has multiple aliases. He's just, I hate to say this, but the spirit that he has, like looking into his eyes that morning, it was like looking into the devil's eyes.
Okay. And I do recall you saying that
Yes,
there was a look into his eyes. And
yes,
when you said, go ahead.
Yes. It was a look on his face that, it was terrifying. It was like, I knew to go in my house and never come out. That type of look. I knew that he was searching. Something was off about him. He kind of, was shivering, like, how when you look at somebody and usually you make eye contact. He made eye contact, but I could feel him looking back at me. That's how bad it was. So,
Okay. You said that he's offered you a ride on numerous occasions while you were walking. And can you just share again? You don't have to be very specific, but just a general area or just a neighborhood you were walking in. Yeah.
So the ones that need to know the area that he's usually in. It's usually like the 25th and Keystone area, the Andrew J. Brown and 34th, anywhere between up into 25th and Keystone, moving forward all the way up into like the Meadows. Arlington area and 38th. He's also known to be in the Post area, Post and 42nd area a lot. So it's just stuff and things like that it's kind of concerning and it's devastating. So those are the main areas he's in. He's known to be in OC. He also does a lot of maintenance things. He did some maintenance work for a neighbor of mine. So he's been let into a couple homes that I know of.
Okay. And I'm kind of concerned that he's approached you more than one time asking you to pick you up. And it seems like, has this been over a matter of just days, weeks, or months?
No, the first time that it had happened, it just basically, it was back in the summertime, but I didn't think nothing of it because, like I said, I take my morning walks, and when I take my morning walks, I don't think nothing of it. I just, going about my day. But you can just tell, like, that day was just like, it was nothing off. You know what I'm saying? It was just something different. So I just went about my day. I didn't, say nothing to him. After I was just like, I don't need to ride, and I took off. The other time was November 9th. So that'll be like on 2 occasions. Other than that, it's just, those are the times that he had offered me, the rides, and both times I just declined. I would decline if it was anybody else too, so.
Okay, so he offered you a ride maybe like 2 times, it sounds like, right before November 9th, right? Leading up to November 9th. And then you saw him again on November 9th. Can you explain exactly what you were doing? Were you standing on the bus stop? Were you walking your dog?
Nope, I was doing my morning walks. I do my morning walks around my neighborhood. And, he just, like I said, he's usually howling through the area, stuff like that. But I guess I don't know why he stopped me, but he offered me for a ride. And I was just like, no, I'm cool. He went about his day and I went about my day. But I could tell, you know what I'm saying? Like, he just was something different about the situation. So, I don't know. I just didn't feel right. I just went in my house after that. Didn't think nothing of it. And then when I realized the situation that we're discussing right now about the missing young gal, I was just like, oh man. So yeah.
Okay. And also another question. This question is coming from one of my followers. They want to know, after the 9th, did you have you seen him after the date of the 9th, or after it was discovered that Miss Williams was missing?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
No, ma'am. I have not seen him after that.
Okay. So you have not seen him, and you were taking
I don't have any contact. No, not at all. Wasn't nothing at all. I definitely would know his face if I see him. I could pick him out of the lineup.
Okay. And so I sent you a photo to your messenger.
Yes, ma'am.
I wanted to be sure when you said that you had an encounter with him. I wanted to be sure, you know, as a journalist, who are you talking about? Are you talking about this guy?
You guys know.
Okay, go ahead.
You guys know who Destin, from the names that he's given me, was like Derek and Chuck. You know, he has a multiple aliases that he goes by.
I know.
Yeah. You know, so I wasn't really aware of the name until you actually put it up there. I'm like, damn, I know that guy, but that's not the name I knew him by. You know what I'm saying? So
yes. Okay. So he has referred to himself as other names other than the name that you learned about through social media, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. Can you give a description of what he was wearing, what he looks like? You know, everybody wants to be sure you encountered him.
I definitely can. Well, I will say this too, though, when I seen him in the morning time, he had on blue jeans, and he had on a black hoodie, and he had on a white t-shirt. He had on some Nike-looking beat-up shoes. From what he had on in that photo, he, however, could have changed his clothes. I know that he's known to have people, a lot of connects and ties in my area, but what he had on that day from that you guys posted, that's not what I've seen.
Okay.
He's known to always have tools in the back of his truck. He drives an old gray truck. It's the years between the 1999 and the 2000. It's always tools in the back of his truck. He also has a black, it's like a toolbox with the yellow. It's like a yellow handle to it. He always has it on the side. It's never not on the side. And usually he'll have a couple boxes. And then like I said, he hauls away a lot of that's the word I want to use, disposable stuff. Like, you know, stuff you would go and, you know, send off or take, you know, stuff like that. So that's pretty much what he have in the back of his truck.
Okay. Okay. So he had tools. I'm hearing you say, I'm repeating, because some people may just be hopping in and hopping off this live stream, and so I want them to be able to follow what's going on. So he had tools in the back of his truck. You said that he did he worked on homes from what you knew of him. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
And you saw him rather frequently, is what it sounds like, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And
he does roofing, he does carpentry. There's nothing he doesn't. He's perfect at what he does.
Okay.
I hate to say it's like a con.
Okay. So he does roofing, and I mean, like, how do you know specifically the type of jobs? I know you saw tools in the back of his truck. Did you have a conversation with him?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to tell you. He did some work for my neighbor. Okay. He also not only did some work for my neighbor, he did her grass, he cut her yard. He had actually fixed her refrigerator. He does all that type of stuff. So, like I said, I've had, you know, I'm known to know a lot of stuff that he does, and he's working with a couple people that I've known him to work with.
Oh, okay.
I'm just like you. I'm like I said, I'm just like you. I'm well under investigating this case because this happened to be one of my siblings' best friends. So I'm definitely aware and I'm alert just as well as you. And as much as information I can give you, I would like to be blunt with that.
Well, thank you so much for being so forthcoming. So I know there are people trying to figure out, well, how does he know her and why was he so comfortable asking her? I'm just putting in my own words for everybody else that's trying to follow along. Why was he so comfortable talking to her, asking her if she needed a ride when she was on her morning walks? She just explained that he's someone that has been in her area, and he's an individual who has done work on homes and has done work for people that she knows. Okay, so that's kind of how you all kind of became acquainted somewhat by happen chance, right? Okay. And you've declined to begin any sort of friendship with him from what it sounds like, but you just know of him. Okay, and Beige is also saying that she's very much concerned and very much invested into helping the family and doing what she can to help this family at this time, because she says that she has a sibling who is close friends with Miss Williams. So she is very much invested, and I want you to understand kind of why she was really, really eager to join this live stream tonight. So thank you so very much. And if you could just describe, like, if any kind of marks, anything that stands out on that truck that other people who see that truck will notice.
What stands out on his truck is that it's always dirty on the inside. Cups, everything on the floor. It's not as cleansy as you should keep a vehicle. Also, another thing that stands out was that he had a couple dents in his window to his windshield on his truck. His tires are rusted out, so you would know from anywhere. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely would put it like that. Also, another thing about him is when he drives, he's very reckless. He doesn't drive like a normal individual. You should be prepared to know that when you're driving around him or in front of him, or if you piss him off, you better be prepared to be able to either leave the scene or call for backup type of thing. So, like I said, he's sweet and he doesn't care how nobody feels. He's easily triggered.
And you have described his personality characteristics as being easily triggered. I just heard you say that I'm just summarizing, somewhat of a reckless driver, right? Would you agree with that statement? Okay. And the inside of the truck is dirty and unkept. Now, have you gotten close enough on the vehicle to be able to look inside of the trunk?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. When he actually did some work for my neighbor for housing, when he pulled up in our apartment complex, she had called me. You know, we're like the best of neighbors. Okay. We're like the best of neighbors. So, you know, knowing her when you're meeting an individual you're not too aware of course you're going to call, you know, like a friend or family member. Well, she was more comfortable with, you know, talking to me and asking me. And I went out and it was just like, okay. But, you know, you don't judge nobody. You just you're always on alert, you know, for things like the situation now. So, definitely.
Okay. And again, Beige did say earlier in this live stream, the day that Miss Williams was last seen, she had an encounter. The nature of the encounter is that I'm referring to him as Hoyle, or Destin, or Bestin Hoyle, approached her and asked her if she wanted a ride early in the morning. He had blue jeans on and he had a black hoodie on, is what you stated earlier in our conversation. Okay. And so this was, I found that to be interesting. The date that Miss Williams was last seen, you actually spoke with him. He tried to give you a ride. And do you recall anything specific he said that morning to you?
Well, he always usually speaks to me, hi, the usual, hello, like a little wave. He's not more of a talkative person. It's more like if he sees, he'll do that wave and keep going, or he'll nod and tilt his head. It was more like that type of thing.
Okay.
I didn't really get too much, like I said, it didn't really come to me oddly off or anything like that. But then when I noticed the way, I turned him down and it was just like, all right, like the wave and, you made sure he stopped and made sure that I really didn't need that ride. And when he stopped, and I'm just like, kind of just shook my head like, I'm cool, but he didn't bother me after that. He went out his way, and that was the last time I seen him. And I haven't heard from him since, and like I said, anybody who encounters with this individual, it was just like the presence and the vibe and the energy that he has is just be careful. And that goes for anybody and everybody. So definitely.
Okay. Is there any other details about him that you learned? And this is prior to November 9th. Anything that he did you thought was concerning that you remember or can recall? I'm just interested in knowing that.
No, that's pretty much what I know of and like what I've encountered. Like I said, he wasn't a very talkative individual. When he was doing my neighbor's work, it was just like, hi, I do this, and it was just like cold turkey. He wasn't very talkative, and that kind of, he was more like alert, he was very, adamant about doing his work. He got it done in a timely manner, and he went about his day. But no, nothing that I picked up differently at all. Like I said, when I first, and even the other times, it was more like pure evil in his eyes. But like I said, I didn't think nothing of it. You try not to judge a person, the book by its cover anyway. So that was the main thing I focused on and I thought about, and I was just like, you know what, let you just be me, and I'm gonna go on about my business, and that's exactly what I did.
Okay. Another question I have is, do you know any other women who have taken rides from him or spent time with him? Do you know of any person who that you know of?
No, ma'am. That I actually do not know of anybody. I don't know any women, any males. I have no clue. I just know that he's highly known in the area of 30th and Keystone. And that was just one of the best areas that he liked to be traveling in. I don't know if it was because of the funds, and, how, or, like the utmost respect he had in the area or what, but it was definitely one of his main areas.
Okay, that he would frequent. Okay. Do you know if he is a smoker? Did he smoke cigars or cigarettes?
We've not seen him smoke cigarettes. I don't know other than cigars. I do know that he smokes and drinks. He's heavy on alcohol. It doesn't really, I don't see like a specific kind because I know that some people that he's done in Hollywood, like I think Neil is one of the guys. He did Hollywood. I know they have jumped beer together and stuff like that, and then they had some vodka, so I do know that he's known to drink alcohol, but as far as anything else, I have no clue.
Okay, and you have seen him smoke cigarettes as well.
Yeah.
Do you know if he was smoking a cigarette? I know this might seem like a minor, it can be major. Do you know if he was smoking a cigarette on November 9th?
No, when I seen him, he was not smoking at all.
Okay.
He wasn't smoking at all.
Did he at any point tell you that he had plans to move or relocate? Because I'm told he was.
No, that was another thing that I was going to say. nobody kind of knew about the movie at all. Like I said, he was known to be like a howler in the area, and for him to move, that was just a little devastating and just unaware and out of nowhere, actually. So.
Okay. I did a little research, and based upon my findings, the home associated with his most recent mailing address in Indianapolis, it's not in his name. It's in an 85-year-old female's name. It's not that house is, his name isn't listed as being like the sole renter or owner of the leaser of that home. And so I just kind of gathered that it's possible that home was a home he was probably staying with a relative, and I'm really interested in confirming that in that home. I'm not certain that I'm not certain that he was residing in his home by himself and there wasn't another person. You get what I'm saying?
Correct. He was probably caring for somebody. I get what you're saying. Definitely understand, and I was thinking that too.
Okay.
She brought that up. That is pretty interesting, and it is an interesting topic to kind of pick up on and try to figure out as well.
Okay. Yeah, and I'll be looking into that further. And I know that you didn't get into his car and start a personal relationship with him. So I know that there's only so much that you can kind of tell or about him or his personal life. When he did approach you, did he express any sort of romantic interest in you at any point?
I will say this, that I'm uncertain of. He's never asked me my number or nothing like that, so. But then again, I would never know. I would never know, because I am an individual that I get a lot of people that, I get a lot of attraction toward my way. But this particular guy, I didn't even try to find out. I'm not even going to lie to you. And like I said, it was just the pure evil look in his eyes that drew me kind of more concerned in a way than anything.
Yeah, I find that concerning that he would just go right to asking you for if you wanted a ride and not, not. I think because I had an encounter with my neighbor that one time, and I think what it was is because the day that I actually, other than November the 9th, the last time I was telling you about, that day back in I know it was raining one of the days that he had offered me a ride, but then this other time, I don't know if it was just, he tried to just try again, or I don't know what his intentions was, or maybe he felt like, because he recognized my face, I'm just as speechless as you. I have not a clue. Okay. I definitely understand. That much. Okay. Yeah. And so I was just concerned about that detail, is him approaching you just kind of right off, asking you if you want to ride, and not trying to start a conversation with you, not making any sort of advances.
No, like I said, it was just, how like if someone's picking you up on the side of the road, they stop some, they just as we roll down their window, they will put their hand like you want to ride, that's pretty much how he did it with me. Okay. There was never like he didn't really talk as much. It was more like, roll down my window, offer her a ride, but nothing came out of his mouth. I knew that he was asking me for a ride. It was because he stopped. He pulled over like as if he was yielding to the right side of the street, which the side I was on. He rolled down his window, he took his hand. And I just kind of, waved my hand away like, I'm cool, I got it, Okay. Thank you so very much. We're both traveling. I do have to get back to my travels as well. And tell them thanks for listening. Tell them thanks for the questions and the suggesting. And like I said, definitely I'll keep you updated or posted if I hear anything or anything else new come, any details. I will gladly arch your way. I will also reach out to my neighbor as well to see if she's heard anything, and we'll be in contact and tell the audience thanks for their appreciation, and hopefully we look forward to moving forward.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for just joining the stream and sharing the information that you shared. This information could, I believe what you shared, it could definitely help Miss Williams' family. Also, I'm hoping that what you've shared could somehow in some way help investigators as they, I'm hoping, are actively investigating her disappearance. And so maybe the information that you shared would help. And have you spoken with the Indianapolis Police Department regarding your encounters with him?
I have not reached out to them yet. Actually, I have a friend that actually works in the department, and I was going to reach out to him, but when I reached out to him, he had a death in the family, and I know that, I don't know if he was on the case or not, but I just definitely plan on reaching out to him. Because like I said, I'm just like you, I just want to give the family what they need and the closure that they need. This is a loved one, and everybody's mourning and kind of just going through it, so we all just got to keep our heads up and stay positive and do what we got to do.
Yes, definitely, definitely. Well, thank you so much. I'm not going to hold you too long. I'll be talking back with you soon. I may have some other questions for you, but I will be following back up with you. And thank you again.
Thank you. You have a blessed night. To tell the audience as well.
All right. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Yes, we have been speaking with Beige. I apologize. That's my Jasmine Sullivan playing my road music. All right, so we have been speaking with, and we've been speaking with her because I've actually included some of your questions and into my questioning as I spoke with Beige. Beige is she is a spiritual reader. She's involved in other things as well, and so she did do a reading on Miss Williams. I did not want to include the findings of that reading in this conversation for the purpose of maintaining, integrity and to what I do as a journalist and the journalist investigation into the disappearance of Miss Williams. I thought or felt that discussing Miss Beige saying or assertions that she has actually had encounters with Destin / Bestin Hoyle. I felt that those encounters were relevant, and very much relevant, and I felt that my followers and friends and other individuals, general public following this case should definitely hear from Beige. So I thank Beige so very much. Feel free for joining this stream. Feel free to share this stream. Feel free to share this stream with your family members and friends and any groups that you are a part of, any groups that you have joined, Okay. Yeah, I just included a link. I'm really not wanting to say too much about that reading. I just included a link. It's just a link so you know who I was talking to. You'll see, it's not the link. I tagged her name actually. So I've tagged her name into the comment section, and that's how you can, if you choose to contact her. Okay. If you choose to contact her, then you will be able to contact her because I did tag her name, and you'll be directed to her Facebook profile if you would like to speak with her. I won't be sharing on this. I did look and listen to the reading, but I won't be sharing it on my Facebook profile. just out of respect and just pure sensitivity that I have to Miss Williams' family, I won't be sharing that reading. I do hope that investigators will begin searching surrounding areas in Indianapolis. I certainly hope that investigators will begin searching the Flint, Michigan area, Detroit, Michigan area, and other areas throughout the state of Michigan based upon solid leads and data that they may be able to track, okay, regarding places that Mr. Williams has actually traveled. So I'm hoping that they're able to retrieve information regarding places that Mr. Williams traveled on the date of November 9th or after the date of November 9th, begin tracking those places and then do a very intensive search in those areas. And that's what I hope. And it's also a suggestion. Okay. So thank you so very much for joining this stream. Someone says, what's the address of the business museum? I have all of that on my page. I have so much information on my profile. Just scroll down my profile and just start. I have a lot of information, a lot. I think I rather exclusive information because much of what I've posted on my page, you can't see it just all in one place on one person's profile. Or I don't believe there's any news reporters who have publicly exposed as much details as I've exposed thus far. So it's there. A lot of your questions will definitely be answered by just taking time to scroll down my profile page. You will learn a lot about the circumstances regarding Miss Williams' disappearance. Thank you so much again for joining this stream. Thank you so much for sharing. I always say that sharing is definitely caring. And I do have to get back on the road. I know that Miss Williams' grandmother wanted to speak with me, but I've been here for a little while, and I feel like I done woke up a little bit, and it's time for me to get back on the road and do some more driving into the night. And so, so I can get rested for the next day. So thank you so much, and I will follow up with Miss Williams' grandmother as well, and we may have another conversation or very, very soon. Thank you for sharing, and you all have a great night.